Hello, everyone. And again, welcome to our session on unlocking creative efficiency with CI Hub and MediaValet. We are super excited to show you the CI Hub integration and really how it can help you improve that DAM experience for your creatives and ultimately accelerate your workflows. Sorry. All right, so just to start us off with some quick introduction. So I'm Carly Hill. I am the Director of Growth Marketing at MediaValet. I have been in the DAM space for over 8 years now, and over those years, I really love seeing DAM expand from its origins as really this final digital library to today, it's the foundation of so many important workflows like the ones that you'll see today.
Amazing. Hey, I'm Claire McVeigh. I'm a member of the product marketing team. I spend most of my time, if not all my time, diving into the world of integration. And I enjoy sharing those strengths and insights with our customers. CI Hub is a powerhouse, and I'm excited to discuss it with you today. So let's jump in.
Perfect. Let's get started. Okay, so to start us off, let's take a moment and share a little secret. And that is that most, if not all of the people on your creative team don't actually love using your DAM. It's not that they don't appreciate your beautifully curated category structure or that seamless access that you provide to all these approved photos. It's really that, unlike working with their desktop, the DAM just adds some extra steps to their already busy workday. And ultimately, it takes time away from what they actually want to be doing with their day, and that's being creative. So what does this mean? Most likely, they're honestly leveraging the DAM as little as they need to. They jump in, grab what they need, and then they leave. But this approach to DAM can not only cause errors in your final design work, it can also create inefficiencies that really prevent your projects from getting out the door on time. Let's get a little bit more specific. There are 3 core challenges when you have your workflows disconnected from your DAM. First off is the lack of version control that comes with downloading everything to your desktop. So oftentimes there is multiple people working on the same project. So there's photo editors, there's graphic designers, and all of them are building these individual assets that are ultimately needed for that final project. So when a designer downloads the assets to their desktop, over time, there's a chance that they may not be working with the most up-to-date versions of those assets. So when it comes time for that final approval, there could be potential delays because they are using the wrong version. Second, and I think that this is something that many of you on the call today could resonate with, is really just how inefficient project handoffs can be between people on the creative team. How many of you have experienced, you're trying to get this project out the door, it's really in that final crunch time, and then someone gets sick. And then where is the most up-to-date file version? It's sitting on their laptop at home where it can't be accessed. Even when they can send that project file to you, I think anyone that has had to zip up an InDesign file knows that it can be a little bit of a pain. Just has these extra steps. It's a little bit frustrating. Not to mention if one of those files or fonts wasn't ultimately linked and then that person has to come back to you, you have to send it back to them. It just becomes a little bit more of an ordeal that ultimately slows down your project. Lastly, and I would say that this one is one of the most impactful pieces, is that reduced creativity that comes when creative teams are working with a finite set of files on their desktop. Take, for example, if you were to go and build a few new social media posts. You could go into the DAM, you could find some new files, but it's also going to slow down your workday. So you can really just use the files that you already have on your desktop. They've already been approved before. You know that they look great in social media, so why make your day harder? Let's just leverage what you already have. But one of those key values that you get from a DAM is that you're opening up your entire library of photography, of graphics. And this really allows your creative team to get more inspired, use more unique visuals, and ultimately, at the end of the day, you're creating more eye-catching work. Okay, but we get it. It is a tough sell to tell your creative team, just continually check back into the DAM, make sure you're using the right version. Chances are they're just not going to do it. And that is why we have made it incredibly simple for them with the CI Hub integration. This integration connects your DAM with Adobe Creative Cloud, with Sketch, with Figma, and tons of other creative programs that your team already uses daily. And luckily, we have Claire here from the product marketing team to share some more details about it.
Amazing. Thank you, Carly. So we're here to talk about what CI Hub is and how it's the optimal solution for your team. So imagine your creative, marketing, and web teams all effortlessly tapping into the assets stored in your DAM directly within the platforms we mentioned. Whether you're crafting designs, updating documents, or collaborating on various projects, The integration makes your dam the single source of truth for your assets. There's no more need to go on a wild goose chase for the right file or version. With this integration, finding assets becomes a breeze. Utilize keywords, categories, file formats, file names to easily find the assets that you need. This approach will ensure a smooth and efficient workflow, eliminating the long search process and streamlining the creative web. In essence, it's all about making sure everyone gets their hands on the most up-to-date version of each asset, minimizing the headaches and maximizing productivity. That's the power of MediaValet and CI HUB, working together for a seamless and hassle-free experience. So with that all said, Kat, one of our solutions engineers, made us a quick demo video. So let's take a look at this integration in action.
I'm just going to do a really quick demo of the CI Hub connector in InDesign. So over here you can see that we have the CI Hub connector enabled. It's a panel or a plugin that lives directly within the tool you're working in. You can see over here that we've already replicated all of the categories for MediaValet. So this is going to give your users seamless access to all of the assets and categories that they're able to access from the DAM, and make sure that they're always using the most recent versions of assets in their projects. So to get started, what we can do is we can go to an asset. We can really easily drag and drop it directly into InDesign. Otherwise, we can use a contextual menu here that will just allow us to select the rendition and give us a couple more placement options. If we're looking to start from an existing project rather than from scratch, then we can navigate to that project. We can open it up in InDesign. Once open, we'll also be able to navigate over to this external content panel. So this is going to allow us to check for all of the links that are in this InDesign. We want to make sure that we always have access to the most recent files. So here I'm missing 2 from this document, and I'll really easily be able to relink them just using this relink icon here. So once that's done, I might go back to my asset here, make a few changes, and then I will save this as a new version to the MediaValet DAM. So here I'm just going to replace with a new asset. Something else that I can also do is if I navigate over to the detail view and I want to capture any sort of text pertaining to this product description of the trip maybe that we're running, I can grab that from CI Hub directly and just drag it over into my document as well. One more handy thing that you can do as well is you can select different versions of assets that you want to use. So here I have an asset that has 2 different versions, and I can actually select between which version I would rather use in my document. And so now that we've made a few changes, we can go ahead to this external content panel, and we can update our magazine with our changes as a new version. So this is just going to make sure that anytime I need to send any changes I've made to an app, to my project, the MediaValet DAM, I can do that very seamlessly from this panel over here. My other option would be to navigate back over into our folder view, and then I can actually add this as a new asset. So if I would like to add a new asset rather than a new version, then what I can do is give it a new name. So here we can just name it new magazine. And then we can also select whether we want a PDF to accompany it in a specific quality. And then we can also select an InDesign package. So this is going to package everything, including the live InDesign file, the images, the logos, the fonts. And this is often helpful for maybe printing use cases, but we'll just select PDF for the time being. And we can head over to the DAM and just see kind of the difference between what we've uploaded. Now that we're in the DAM, we can see here our version that we've created. So we can go into the detailed information of the asset and into the history. We can see, into the versions, all the previous changes we've made to this asset and revert if need be. And then we can also see the new asset that's been added, both the InDesign as well as the PDF here as well. So that's it. Just a really quick demo of the CI Hub connector. Hope that was helpful. Thank you.
Awesome. Hope you guys enjoyed that little demo video. So we're going to hop into some advantages. All right, picture this. You and your team are deep in a project and suddenly you need that perfect asset. But it's buried somewhere in your DAM. That's where the magic of this integration saves the day. No more platform hopping or manual downloads because you have all your assets right there at your fingertips in whatever platform you're working in. No delays, no detours, just smooth sailing to completing the project. And let's talk about search. Ever spent forever looking for that one image that you know exists and you know it's going to be perfect? With AI-powered tags and filters, this seriously expedites the process and enables you to find exactly what you're looking for. Now, a fun scenario. You're putting together a killer presentation in PowerPoint, and you need that jaw-dropping image that screams, wow. Instead of going through the usual hassles of finding it, this integration steps in. You utilize AI tags, filters become your best friend, and bam, there it is, the perfect image, ready to make your presentation pop. So it's not just about having direct access to assets, it's about making your creative journey smoother, more enjoyable, and a lot more fun. This integration is not just a tool, it's your creative sidekick. Let's keep this rolling. Project handover problems are no more. This is especially important for those large creative files. Picture this. You're wrapping up an amazing design project, and now it's time to pass the baton to your colleague for the next phase. In the past, it would have been a handover dance of gathering assets, sending links, and maybe just a touch of chaos. With this integration in the mix, it's like having your own project assistant. It identifies all the linked assets from your MediaValet DAM, gathers them up, and ties them with a virtual bow, all automatically making the process as smooth as your favorite playlist on a lazy Sunday morning. So, in a nutshell, it's not about making project handovers easier. It's about turning what used to be a hassle into a breeze. Let's wrap up these advantages by talking about how this integration is your secret weapon against project errors. We've all faced the challenges of coordinating multiple minds with diverse workflows. But here's the beauty of this integration. It just fits into your existing workflows, ensuring that the learning curve is more of a gentle slope than a steep mountain. It's the kind of integration that your team embraces, and as they adopt it, you'll notice a significant reduction in project errors. Let's chat through a scenario. You're crafting this epic campaign, everything's falling into place, social posts, blogs, catalogs, all ready to roll. However, just as you're gearing up to get that green light, you spot an outdated logo that's used across all content. Normally, fixing this would mean an all-nighter. But with CI Hub, the likelihood of such mishaps significantly diminishes as you can easily update and relink the logo across all content. It's that simple. Again, it's not just about making your life easier, it's about elevating your work, being efficient, and ensuring your projects are error-free. So, as we wrap up this session, we're going to do a quick walkthrough of how CI Hub can be used in a simple workflow. So, say you're on a part of a creative team at a retail store, working on a new seasonal print catalog. The team has just received the images from the latest photo shoot, and these need editing before making it into the final catalog. The great part about the CI Hub integration is both the photo editing and the final catalog design can happen concurrently. On one side, we have Maya, the photo editor. Using this integration, she effortlessly brings down the unedited images into Illustrator, where she starts making the necessary edits to prepare them for print. At the same time, Dominic is in charge of designing the final catalog layout. He also uses the integration to pull those unedited images into the project as placeholders. Their organization also stores crucial information in the DAM, including pricing and product descriptions, allowing Dominic to easily drag and drop these details into the project. As Maya completes her edits on each image, she saves them directly to the DAM as new versions. And since Dominic is using those linked assets from the DAM, these new versions are automatically populated in his design file without needing to go back to the DAM. Once Maya and Dominic are both done their work and the final design file is ready, Dominic uploads the final PDF and design file and zip design package to the DAM, all in one simple workflow. After reviewing the final PDF, Serena, the retail's marketing manager, shares the final zip file with their printer right from the DAM. So, big use case, so let's reflect on it a little bit. It's fantastic that CI Hub empowers the team to work on the same project simultaneously. There's no more waiting around for images. As soon as they're ready, they seamlessly integrate into the final file. Now, the power of MediaValet and CI Hub is incredible, and there are so many different workflows that we could talk through. So if you have a specific workflow in mind, our team is ready to figure it out with you.
Amazing. Thank you, Claire, for walking us through that. It really is such a powerful integration, and I hope this workflow shows it. But again, this example is just one of the many ways that you can leverage the CI Hub integration to really help you accelerate your creative workflows and ultimately maximize efficiency. Again, in addition to Adobe Creative Cloud, which is what we showed today, it works with Figma, Sketch, Office 365, Google Suite, and even WordPress. Just before we jump into some Q&A, I wanted to pull up a quick poll. If you do want to learn more about CI Hub or see a personalized demo, let us know in the poll and we'll have your customer success manager or account manager reach out to you ASAP.
A few seconds there.
Yeah, just give about 5 more seconds. All right, closing out the poll in 3, 2, 1. All right, thanks everyone. Perfect. Claire, do you want to jump into some questions?
Sure. I got a question for Martin. Is it possible to limit the number of versions stored in the DAM or prevent every single change leading to a new record? I don't know if you can limit the amount of versions in the DAM, but I think that you can reject versions so that they're not used in the future. We can definitely chat more about this and I can get you an exact answer, but I would like to hear about kind of the workflow that you're talking about. Another question coming in here. I'm not seeing any other questions, Carly, are you?
I'm seeing one, and that's just what Adobe products does the connector work with?
Yeah, so it works with most Adobe Creative Cloud, so Premiere Pro, Illustrator, Photoshop, InDesign, InCopy, and After Effects.
Okay, perfect. And it looks like one more just snuck through. You're answering that. And that's a question around how CI Hub handles links within a project file.
Yeah, so I think Kat showed us a really good example. So we understand that, trying to locate specific links when opening a project is very time consuming. So that external content panel that Kat showed in the demo video really comes in to help support working on those larger project files. So within the panel, you're able to check the status of all the linked assets that are linked within a project. And then CI Hub is going to help determine which assets already live within MediaValet and which are on your local temporary cache. So yeah, using that, you can figure it out. And afterwards, you can use the relinking feature to sync all the links from MediaValet down to your temporary cache folder and then continue working on a project.
Perfect. Awesome. Thank you, Claire. I think that is all the questions that we got. Unless someone wants to jump in with a last minute one, but otherwise we can wrap up the session.
I think we had a few coming in the chat. Is batch or multiple file upload at once possible? With MediaValet, yes. We do have a batch uploader tool and multiple files as well. I'm wondering if we can dive more into that and we can reach out and kind of chat more about a workflow. And there's a question about, say, is it possible to call actions in CI Hub by using scripts in Photoshop? A little more technical, but I'd love to get you an answer for that one after. Amazing. I think that's all that we got right now. Again, any questions, Carly and I are here to answer. And if we can't answer them, we're going to find the people that can for you.
Awesome. Perfect. Well, thank you so much to everyone for joining us today. Yeah, like Claire said, please reach out if you have any questions. But besides that, have an amazing day, everyone.
Amazing. Okay. Thank you.